Music is perfect. Okay, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that. Okay, so hello, welcome to Higher Self Connection, Reiki and Light Language this evening or whatever time you're coming from. If you are watching this on YouTube, if you're watching the replay, which this will be up on YouTube, I am doing a TikTok live right now, and so all the people I'm talking to are in the comments. I like to mention that now because I did used to do that on my YouTube, and I was like, I wonder if people are wondering who I was talking to the whole time. What is this? I've never been to one of these. I'm going to explain. And so this will be up on YouTube for the replay. So this is Reiki and Light Language to connect to your higher self. So Reiki is channeling life force energy, and what I'm intending for the Reiki to do here is to help heal your chakras, your auric field, and your etheric fields. And then the light language is a universal language that everyone from everywhere can understand. It's not something that you understand with your ears. It's something you understand with your heart space. So it's like very divine light type of energy. I also channel different spirit guides and different ascended masters and teachers and gurus, and so typically I work with them too during these, but these are going to be specifically directed towards your higher selves. So we're going to talk about that a little bit more too. It's not just one, there's a bunch of them we're going to be contacting. Okay, so you don't have to do anything for this. You don't even have to be watching it. You say I accept. You can say I accept the healing, and you will receive. You can watch me do it while you want, if you want, or you can just receive it in the background. So, higher self, I'm going to explain what that is a little bit if anybody is newer into that concept. So, your higher self is the self that is beyond your current experience. So, there's this gentleman named, oh, good, I accept, okay. So, there's this man named Aaron Dowdy. He is a spiritual teacher, and he's on YouTube. And he had the best definition of the higher self that I have ever heard, and it's always stuck with me, so I'm going to explain it. So I am on the journey of life, right? And I'm going up the mountain of life. That is my journey. Like, I'm here, and my higher self is at the top of the mountain, okay? And so I can't see the top of the mountain because I'm in the experience. I'm in the trees, I'm going across the creeks and like going through the passages, right? And my higher self up there can see everything. Like, she can see all the things I signed up for, the best way to get around things, the best things to do. And so she up there is always like looking down at me saying like, hey, you should do this, or like, hey, you should do that. A lot of that is our intuition. It's our higher self speaking to us. And we have free will. We can choose to listen to them and say, okay, or we can take sometimes the more difficult routes. We're going to get there either way, but sometimes it's a little bit easier than others. And so it's like your ultimate guide leading you through life. So I like to tell everybody when I'm doing these things, use your discernment. My truth might not be your truth, and that's totally okay. Take what feels good when I say it, and if it doesn't, maybe that's not for you. And you don't have to resonate with everything I do or everything I say. Like, if these concepts aren't your vibe, that's totally okay. If you're just here for the ASMR, cool. If you want the Reiki or the light language, great. If you don't believe in higher selves, that's fine too. You can just hang out. So your higher self is up there at the top of the mountain, and what I envision when I think about my higher self, or what I've found for my own personal experience is, or working with other people's higher selves, is that before you incarnate here, or wherever you incarnate on any incarnation, you and your council of guides, your higher self, come together. Oh, hey, Ray! Come together and map out your experience, right? And so that is who we are connecting with today, like your highest self of this incarnation. We're going to connect with some more too, but that one specifically for this one. Okay, so we are going to be working through everyone's Akashic records. I'm an Akashic record reader. I work in them with people. I just actually did a trade with somebody earlier today, and it was great. I learned a lot. But your Akashic records, hey Robin! Your Akashic records are a vibrational record of all your thoughts, feelings, emotions, and actions across all space, time, and dimensions. So if you believe in reincarnation, every single time you incarnate, like the one you're on now, you have a soul contract. Your soul contract is all the experiences that you signed up for, all of your gifts, everyone you meet, like everything is in there. So your Akashic records hold all of the soul contracts. They hold it from every single incarnation, so all of them. So that is held within your soul star chakra. And I know I'm talking fast, but this is your crown chakra, right? Or here. So then you have your causal chakra, your soul star chakra. That's where your Akashic records are held in your soul contract. And then you have your stellar gateway chakra that is up here. So your stellar gateway chakra is different than your soul star. That is the I am that I am. That's all the way back to your soul spark. That is like your original incarnation. So we are connecting with every single one of your higher selves through all incarnations through this, and your highest self, your stellar gateway self. And so I got the download to do this and they asked me to, everyone's higher self. What I'm going to do is I'm going to connect through the astral planes to all of these versions of yourself, and we're going to create a guidebook. So the guidebook, if anybody's ever seen like where you talk to like celebrities or like famous people like Oprah, Tony Robbins, like all these people, and you're like, what is the best piece of advice that you have to offer me? Okay, and they have like a whole book of it. That's what we're doing here. We are going to, with the light language, we are going, oh, I'm sorry, it's glitching. Hopefully it's not on my end. We are going to create a guidebook, and every single one of your higher selves that has ever been or ever will is going to put their best piece of advice, the lesson that they learned that was the most important, in your book. And so this book is going to be distributed to all of the higher selves. So it's going to be all past, here, and present. So this is not only going to help you in your incarnation, it's going to heal the energetic timestamps of everyone. And so everyone is going to move into a new higher self version because they have this guidebook, right? And so it's going to bring a lot more clarity and direction and healing, like through all facets. This is like DNA, cellular level, astral healing. And so I want to make sure I describe this to everyone to my best ability so you understand like what is going on in your energy body. If you want to accept this, your book is going to be housed within your soul star chakra. So that's also where your Akashic records are held. So it's going to be put inside of your Akashic record, and you can access it at any time. So we're going to go through, when I'm doing the light language, oh, thank you. When I'm doing the light language, we're going to go through different areas of your life, and I'm going to ask them to all put in their best piece of advice. And so I'll let you know when we're going through different sections. So the way that I have some notes here, the way that I do this is you're going to be listening to this music back here, which is connecting to your higher self music. Whales are very high vibrational healers, and they also help you connect into your soul star chakra. That's what we're saying, soul star chakra and your Akashic records. And so they will help you heal at a DNA level and help you heal through all the timelines. So that's why we have our friends here today, but they are also meeting us in the ethers. So you're going to be listening to this. I am going to be listening to, with my AirPods here, I am going to be listening to EDM music. I know that's not everybody's vibe, and I listen to like really intense EDM music, but that's the wavelength that I need to be on in order to practice the light language that I want to practice. And so I'll periodically be taking my earpods out and then checking the comments and talking. I'm going to be moving my hands. That's where my light language comes through. And so you'll see me doing a whole bunch of hand movements, and it's connecting into your energy body and putting in the coding and inscribing all of the different messages in your guidebook. And so if you at any point feel that the energy is too much, like you're like, oh, that's too intense, you have power over your own energy body, and you can ask the Reiki or the light language to tune it down. You can just like, hey, that's too much. Chill. And that's okay too, okay? Or if you want to amplify it, you can as well. So just to reiterate, we are connecting with this incarnation higher self, all of your incarnation, higher selves, and your highest self, your soul spark self. And so if you would like to accept that, you can say I accept in the chat and then we will begin. Okay. Also, so I did not introduce myself. For those of you who are new here, so I have notes because I also have ADHD. So my name is Brittany Porter. I am an energy healer and a mindset coach. And so I do a lot of things with the Akashic Records and Reiki and light language. I heal past lives, past versions in this incarnation. I help people change their mindsets to change your life. And so if you want to work one-on-one, if you like this energy, there's a link in my bio of how we can work together. And so I do short-term, like one-on-one sessions, and then I do 8-week programs as well to change around things if you're stuck in like a hole or you got self-limiting beliefs holding you back. Okay, we are going to do some cleansing and clearing before we get started, and then I'm going to open everyone's Akashic Records. And so you might feel a little like floaty while we're in there. We're going to do a grounding activity after we get done. So if you don't stay for the whole thing, make sure that when you get off of here that you do something like go take a walk outside or wash your hands in cold water or slam your feet on the ground, like something that's very grounding to get you back in. I work with Brittany and she's amazing. You are so sweet. Thank you, Robin. I was thinking about you the other day. I have been here on one of the lives before. Yay, glad to have you back. Okay, oh, thank you for my hair. I appreciate that. Okay, so cleansing and clearing. So this is incense. And I know I talk fast. That's why the replays are up too. But it's a lot for one session. So this is incense. Incense, sage, and Palo Santo and Florida water are all great cleanser and clearers and protectors for your chakras, etheric, and auric fields. I've been loving the daily Patreons. Yay! Oh yeah, I have a Patreon. If everybody wants to join, there's a link in my bio. I do a lot of fun things there. A lot of workshops, spiritual chats, healings. Uh-oh. I have a new puppy. Her name is Molly. Nobody's seen her yet. Molly, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here, Molly. Come on. Come on. She said no, she's over there sneezing. Okay. She might come in later, we'll see. All right, this is Sage. Molly's so cute. Yes, that's her original name, and so we were trying to think of another name with M, and so but it might be Molly. We will see. Come in with some Palo Santo. So if there's anything that you're needing to release, if it's stress or mental like thoughts or physical ailments, anything that is like bogging up your energy, you can ask the cleansing and clearing, like all of the tools that I'm working with right now, and you can ask it to help clear your fields. What's up, Mr. Pugs? I also have a YouTube channel, and there's a link in my bio, and I have a lot of my Reiki and light language replays on there if you would like to watch more of this content. This one I'm not going to be talking as much, it's a new thing, but in my other ones they're very like informational while I'm doing the healing. Me running from my car to my apartment to get ready for this. Be careful. Okay. So we are going to spray some Florida water. Like I said, this is great for cleansing and clearing. Okay, this is my selenite wand, and so with my selenite wand, I ask it to pull anything from your energy body that is like clogging up like your meridian lines, or if you're having like a lot of ruminating thoughts or stress, you can ask the selenite to take it from you, and then I'm going to use it like a scanner to catch any stuck or stagnant energy in your body. So if the tugging is too much, again, you can ask it to turn down. And like I said, I'll be pulling out my AirPods periodically to answer questions and comments. So if you have any, you can hold them until I take them out, so I'll see them. Oh, thank you for all the likes and follows. I'll let you know when I do these in the future. I might do one tomorrow. I was thinking about it. We'll see. Nicole in here, Crystal Vibrations, she asked me to do one like where you can hear the EDM music. So I might do that tomorrow, because I know a lot of people do enjoy it. So okay, we're gonna come in with the scanner. So I can hold all the intentions in the world for Reiki and the light language to do whatever I intended to do, but Reiki and light language is going to do what it needs to do for you. And so people feel it in different places. You can feel it in your chakras or like bodily sensations. Like it's different for everybody. It's coming in to cleanse out stuck and stagnant energy. Oh, you would like the EDM? Okay, perfect. That is so funny, Ray, that you said that, because after I put that selenite wand down, I was like, I need to drink some water. So yes, everybody hydrate. Water helps the messages integrate and also helps keep your channels clear. So, and it's an amplifier. Okay. So I'm going to give everyone a second to get to where you need to get, whether it's like sitting or somewhere where you can get in kind of like a meditative state. You don't have to, you can just listen if you want to, but I'm about to open everybody's records. And so I find it beneficial sometimes to be able to close your eyes. Like, again, you don't have to do that, but if you would like to, I'll give everyone a second. And then I'm going to come in with this angel aura quartz to help raise our vibration and frequency for the records. That's awesome, Ray. I'm glad that you're feeling the tingles. It means that it's working, the magic. And we're thanking our dolphin and whale friends for coming in today to assist us in the ethers. Also, I had this little procedure done yesterday, so everybody's going to see my Blues Clues Band-Aids while I'm doing the light language. So I wanted to, I'm sure people will be like, what the heck is that? So, all right. Okay. So I'm gonna have everyone take in a big breath in through your nose and then breathe out through your mouth. And again, in through your nose and out through your mouth. One more time, in through your nose and out through your mouth. We gather together in light, we gather together in love, we gather together in knowing the messages from above. Through the Akashic Records, we understand our greatness. Through the Akashic Records, we understand our wisdom. Through the Akashic Records, we understand what's there. This prayer will help deliver us there. We wish to know ourselves through the light of the Akashic Records. Help us to see ourselves through the light of the Akashic Records. Bring us to feel ourselves through the light of the Akashic Records. We wish to know ourselves through the light of the Akashic Records. Bring us to feel ourselves through the light of the Akashic Records. Help us to see ourselves through the light of the Akashic Records. And now the Akashic Records are open. Okay, I'm going to have you envision that both of us are sitting across from one another like we are now. And we are enveloped in a ball of light protection. And this is going to create a safe space for your guides to come in and work with all of us safely. And we are calling on all of our healing guides, all of our higher selves, our soul spark self, and our whale friends to help guide us on this journey. Okay, so I'm gonna put my earpods in now. And so what we're gonna do first is we're gonna work on everyone's health. So this is physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional health. So all of your 4 energy bodies. Like I said, for the people who are in here that are new, you're going to see me doing a whole bunch of hand motions, and that's the, hey Lori, and that's me encoding the information. So we're asking every single higher self and your soul spark self to put in the greatest lesson that they learned and their best piece of advice into our etheric guidebook for this incarnation. So that'll be for all 4 energy bodies. This is rose quartz that I'm going to be washing everyone's energy field with. I just got really sleepy. That's good. That's a good sign. It means you're kind of like going up into your higher self. Okay, so we're going to do everybody's finances. So this is your money, this is like abundance, manifestation. So all of your higher selves and your soul spark self are going to write their best lesson or thing that they learned, their best piece of advice for your financial gains for your bank account. Okay. Okay, so Isis, if anybody is familiar with her, she is an Egyptian deity. She is over magic and manifesting and a lot of other wonderful things. But she was like, "Oh, I can help with this." And so it wasn't my intention to have like spirit guides come in, but if they want to come in and help. So if you want Isis's words of wisdom in your book as well, like, yeah, you can accept that as well, and then she's gonna put something in your book for you. But she was very adamant about coming in. I said, okay, queen. There's a weird cooling warm sensation around my heart chakra. Oh, that's great. I love that. That is beautiful. It means your heart chakra is opening up to receive all the messages, so that's great, and all the healing from all your higher selves. Okay, yes, we love Isis. She's amazing. So we might have some celebrity pop-ins here from the spirit guide team. We'll see. Okay, so we are going to do community involvement. So this is you feeling like you are a part of the collective and that like you're here to help raise the frequencies and the vibrations, and other people are here to do it with you too. And this is all us learning and growing together and stepping into this unity consciousness collective. And so this is like you getting involved in like community projects, or loving and supporting your friends and family, like everybody learning and growing together. Thank you for saying that about my hair. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so here we go. Community engagement, involvement. Okay, so my heart was racing throughout that one. That was really intense. Like, that energy, I guess the spirit was like, or all our higher selves was like, we need more like community involvement engagement. So Hathor wanted to come in and give her peace of mind as well, and put something in your book. She's also an Egyptian deity, goddess. She has a lot of motherly type of energy. She's very powerful. If everybody would like to receive her message in your guidebook, you can say I accept, but she has one for everybody as well. Okay, and everybody needs to drink some water. So the next one that we're gonna do, I'm gonna do some Palo Santo, and the next one we're gonna do love and relationships. So this is love of self. This is love of like your kids or your partner or your friends or your family, your pets, like anything that you extend love out or within. This is also all your higher selves. We love them from all incarnations, and our younger selves in this incarnation and our past incarnations. Especially our inner children. Just started working with her. Yay, that's a good sync, Erin. Yeah, I felt a knot in my throat. Okay, that is your throat chakra is probably cleansing and clearing like blockages in there if you're feeling like the pressure there. Okay. We'll see who comes in next. We had Isis and Hathor come in. Hey, Oriana. Hey, I see you in there. Okay, so love and relationships. So we had Mother Mary come in. We love her. She has a lot of that motherly type of energy, that unconditional love. And so she wanted to give everyone a message in their book as well. And so if you would like to accept Mother Mary, this is not a religious thing, okay? This is her as her own sovereign being. She wanted to come in and inscribe a message into everybody's book. So if you'd like to accept that, you can say I accept, and it will be inscribed in there. Oh, thank you, Oriana. Okay. That's why you have willpower over your energy body. So you accept what you want of this, okay? And from whom? And I want to tell everybody too, if a spirit guide is not your vibe, they will not take offense if you do not want to work with them. Like we're not everybody's cup of tea. That's okay. They will not take offense. Just in case everybody's like, "Oh, I better accept." You don't have to. We have some sage here. Yes. Okay, so the next one we're gonna do here, this one is fun and hobbies. So this is for everyone who is stressed. So as adults, sometimes we like get so caught up in our 3D like scape, right, that we forget like what fun is. Or to take care of ourselves, like fill our own cup up. And so this is to help remind us that like, hey, life can be really magical and fun. So what would be really good for you to do is to hold while I'm doing this, like the things that you really enjoy, because even thinking about them will help amplify the energy. Does that apply to more dense energy? Is it just as easy to say no to less positive energy? I think, like, I'm not sure if you mean like with your ooh, hold on. Are you saying, is it easy to say, like, I don't want the dense energy? Or, like, I don't accept that? I think it is just as easy, but I think sometimes our, like, human experience mindscape, we forget, like, how powerful we are and how much, like, hold on. Somebody trying to say something. What are these guys? Hold on. How much willpower... when I'm doing light language, sometimes my language goes out the door, my English language. So how much willpower we have over our own energy bodies. Like, we have the power to just be like, no, I don't want that. But we, like, forget. It's part of the game. So yes and no is their answer. It takes practice. Okay. So the next... Okay, fun and hobbies. Here we go. My 3-year-old was on my lap giving me multiple kisses. She was full of sweetness. That is so sweet. That is not the norm. Oh, maybe she's like the 5. Especially because we're directing this at inner child healing as well. This is peacock ore, or bornite, and this is good for soul expression, like living your true colors, like out in the world and feeling safe and expressing self. And look how fun! Since we're talking about fun. Yes, it's so pretty. If you can see it, maybe I can get it the light. So we have, oh, my stomach is so tight. Like I said, it was too intense. You can ask the Reiki and Light Language to turn it down. But you feeling that, like if we have stuck in stagnant energy and you come into a Reiki or Light Language session, it's better that you feel it, because that means it's coming to the surface to be released. That's a very big indicator of like, hey, you have stuck in stagnant energy there. And so the Reiki is letting it wash out, and you can say, I would like to release this with ease and grace. Okay. So Cleopatra, she's one of my spirit guides. So Cleopatra came in and she was like, oh, this one's for me. She was like, I love having fun. She has that type of like, that vibration of like, she here to have a good time. And so I feel energy coming off of me. Great, that's awesome. A lot of people get activated by these too for your own light language and doing this type of work, and so that might be what you're feeling or what I'm picking up on. So Cleopatra would like to inscribe her message in everyone's guidebook. So if you would like to accept that from her, you can say, I accept, and then she will scribe it in. And so she's one of my favorites to work with because she's a baddie. Okay. So the next one we're going to be working on is spiritual gifts. So now that we're talking about it, activations. So this is to enhance your spiritual gifts or awaken them. And because we are connecting through all of your higher selves, what is going to happen, if you wanted to, is you can ask your higher selves and your soul spark higher self, to gift you with abilities from other timelines. And so we're all this one soul that's going through incarnations, right? But everybody's living their own experience and having their own gifts and abilities and all the wonderful things, right? And so we are going to go through, while we're doing this, and ask if there's any that are going to be beneficial for us during this incarnation, if we can please have access to those and channel them, right? And so everybody in here and who's watching this, like, your higher selves already approved this per me getting the download. So if you want some new gifts or to expand the ones that you already have, or activate maybe like some starseed, past life memories, anything that's like on that metaphysical, esoteric level, they want to come in and give you some messages for that, or instructions on how to do it, or mentor you. If you want your higher selves who hold the original gifts to mentor you on how to work with them, you can ask them that as well. Accepting that's on full blast. I have to take a pause and tell everybody this is really funny. So the song that just started playing is Pink Floyd's like, we don't need no education. And like the higher selves were coming in and be like, we don't have to be boxed in by this like linear way of learning. Like obviously like here, that's what we're doing. We're going to like etheric astral school to get our gifts and abilities. And so I thought that was very funny. Yes, they were hilarious. So, Kali came in. She was like, I'm here. So that's why the energy was a little more intense. She was like, ain't nobody gonna tell us. She was like, you need to blaze your own path and don't let people like tell you need to do something a certain way, and like coming in with that type of energy. Ooh, that one felt tingly, yes. And so she would like to offer her message in your book as well, especially about like blazing your own trail. And so if you would like to accept Kali's message in your guidebook, you can say I accept, and she will inscribe it in, let's see, what is the energy you're moving right now? We are inscribing into your etheric and astral guidebook all of the messages that all of your incarnations of higher selves and your soul spark have for you. So we are encrypting your book. Okay, I just got chills. Great. I love that. Okay, and that one was specifically for spiritual gifts. And then we have 3 more, and then we are going to enclose everything with our highest self, our soul spark self, your original incarnation. So this is the one looking out over all the incarnations of higher selves. What does pressure in your temples mean? So that is most likely your third eye and crown chakra, like where that's blending right there. And so because we were working on spiritual gifts, that is where your spiritual gifts are channeled in through and out of through your third eye. And so that probably means your channel was opening up. Okay. Okay, the next one we're going to work on is career. So this is if you want to get a promotion at your job, or you want to change careers, or you want to work for yourself, like whatever it is career related for you, or maybe you need clarity or direction of like where you want to head. This is going to be helpful. So also, if you are in a career right now and you want help with any of those things, you can ask. That's what we're asking our higher selves who have kind of been through the same thing before, what their guidance and advice is, right? Excuse me. Okay, so we have Diana who came in. So Diana is all about like focus and determination and hold on, she's trying to tell me hitting your mark. She's often seen with like a quill, or not quill, bows and arrows. And so she's also coming in because it's a full moon, and she's the goddess of the moon. And so if you want Diana to come in and inscribe a message into your book, she would love to do that in reference to your career. And you can say, I accept, and then it will go in your book. And this is a reminder, it's the guides and all your higher selves. They're inscribing your book. We have some guides who wanted to pop through here while we work on our guidebook. So the next one, this is our last one before we do vow clearing. And so this is going to be social. So this is you with your friends or you going out and having like fun and like group gatherings, or like whatever that means for you, like having a healthy social life, right? Sometimes like that means we got to cut back a little bit too sometimes. Like I've been there too. So a healthy dose of social life. So this could be like dating, whatever that means for you, okay? This is also like going out and dancing and singing and having fun too, like just a nice, robust social life. Or if you're not having one right now, this is to like amplify you getting like back out there and being a little bit more on the extroverted side and making friends and like having good times, having good memories. Hey, Gabby. Hey. Okay. Oh, thank you for the roses. This is angel records again. Okay, so we have Mercury who came in, the Greek god. So he is over like, he's a messenger of all the gods and he's like real fast. He's like zooming around. He reminds me of like Sonic. And so he came in at the last second there. He was like, hold on, I want to come party. And so he came in to offer everyone like better communication, if that makes sense. Like,
it's currently 6 p.m.
better communication with like self and with others. And so if you want to accept his inscribing into your guidebook, you can say I accept, and then of course we have your higher selves coming in and inscribing their messages as well. Okay, so we have two more things. So we're doing vow clearing. So vows are agreements. So we can make vows in this incarnation, past incarnations, future concurrently running ones. And so this is like you made a vow to come back with other people in your life. Like sometimes like like your soul tribe, you've incarnated with them like many times over and over, or certain like family members or friends. You can make like very definitive statements in certain incarnations that have rollover effects in these. So like if you experience like trauma in a past life, your past life might say, I am never going to do this again, or I will never have this happen again. But what they don't understand when they're making that vow, or when we make those vows now, is that they roll over and we have to clear them out. Otherwise, our soul is holding that frequency and that vibration. And so, like, I'll give you an example. So, like me, one of my past lives was holding a vow where her parents were, like, very well off to do. Like, very, very wealthy. And they were always trying to buy her love and not show her enough affection. And so she was like, I am going to take a vow of minimalism. Like, Buddha level, like like monk level, like that's it. She's like, money equals hurt. And so when I went back in to find her, I was like, girl, like, we're not living that incarnation anymore. That's not our timeline. And the vow that you made is causing me disruptions in my lifetime. So I need to help you clear this out. And we did. We worked on it together. She was afraid that sometimes this happens with your past lives, that if you clear out a contract, they're afraid that their timeline is going to collapse and then they're no longer going to exist. That all we're doing is we're coming back and we're healing them. So they're not reliving that over and over and over and over again, like they're stuck. And so I told her, I was like, you're not going anywhere. Like, you can come in my timeline. Like, come with me. Like, this is a better one, right? I was like, let me show you what more finances means, because I will use it to help myself and help heal others, like at an even greater capacity. Like, it doesn't have to mean hurt and trauma, right? So anyway, it was a long story, but we are going to be asking all of the higher selves to look at everyone's soul contracts in all incarnations and the soul spark self, and do a read through all the Akashic records that you're holding, right? Well, there's your Akashic record, but all the soul contracts in the Akashic records, and ask them to all look at them through a bird's eye view. Like, you know, sometimes when we're having problems in our life, we need an outsider perspective to be like, look at this. Right? But we don't see it because we're in it. So we're asking all the higher selves to do a review of all the soul contracts and vows and to clear out. I wonder if I was an addict in a past life. Yeah, like things like that. Like sometimes they have like a real strong hold on us, and we can do like all the work that we can possibly do. Like with me, with money's mindset, I have done so much healing, like so much self-limiting belief healing around that, but I still couldn't break through. And then when I found her and we cleared it out, it was like my energy body like opened up so much. And I was like, oh my God, I feel like a different person, right? But she released all of that energetic trauma that was being held in my energy body. Yes, unbiased opinions. Yep, that's what we're doing. We're asking like, hey, let's look at all this, okay? And clear out what we need to clear out. All right. One moment. Whoop. Everybody pause for me for 1 second, and then, and then I'll be right back. Thank you for holding. So this is Himalayan salt, which is good for detoxifying and drawing things out. And so that's what we're asking to do the soul contract clearing. I need this for self-worth. Yes, whatever you are wanting to release right now, hold it in your mind and ask your higher selves and your soul spark self, Himalayan salt, the Reiki Light Language, to help clear it through all of your incarnations. Past, present, and future. We're switching to sun codes, by the way. If anybody was wondering, this is going to be a little bit different. So that was super intense. That was Raw coming in. As soon as I started, he was like, I need to come in for this. And I said, okay, sir. So Ra is sun god. And so that's why we switched over to sun codes, because light language or light codes a lot of times are more reminiscent of divine feminine energy. They're that kind of like softer, and then sun codes come in and they're like, I'm gonna blast that away. And so he was kind of like, come burn everything out of our soul contract that is no longer serving us, out of our all those vows. Oof, that was doozy, but in a good way, crying like a baby. Oh, I'm glad that you felt the release. Okay, so what we are going to do now is we are going to have our highest self, our soul star self, the highest self. They are going to come in and encapsulate everything into the guidebook and then close it up, and then they're going to put it into your soul star chakra. So anytime that you want to access it, that is where it's held, like right here. That's where your Akashic records are held too. So this is inside of your Akashic records. And so she's going to be, or they, I was thinking mine. So they are going to be like putting all the pages in the book, all of the higher selves, and then your highest self is going to encrypt and encode a message in for everyone. This is the ultimate gift of wisdom and knowledge, because that version of you is like the very epitome of the highest form. So they know what's like ultimately best for every single one of us, right? And so if you want to have that inscribed, their message in, you want to say, I accept. Okay. So they're building the book right now. And then we're going to close everybody's record and do a grounding meditation together. Okay, we were, we were pulling in all the messages from everybody, and closing them there. Okay, so we're gonna come in with this clear quartz, because clear quartz is an amplifier, so it's gonna amplify all of the healing energies that we receive today. Okay, and open up the channel to be able to access your guidebook very easily for everyone, you and all the incarnations. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and close up everyone's Akashic records, and then let me get our meditation ready. If anybody is wondering what set I was listening to, the EDM set, I'm going to have it in the description of the YouTube replay. So if you want to like listen to what I was listening to, you can check that out. And I just had this really funny thought. I was like, I wonder if this DJ was David Guetta. I'm sure a lot of people know who that is, but I wonder if David Guetta like ever knew that like somebody was gonna be doing like light language and Reiki and working with spirit guides to his set. So anyway, funny thought. Okay, so I'm gonna have everybody take in a big breath in through your nose and then breathe out through your mouth. I give thanks to everyone for entering the records. I give thanks to the Pinnacle for lighting the way. I give thanks to the space for the comfort and love. I give thanks to all of our higher selves and our soul spark self and all of the beautiful spirit guides that came in with their messages as well. I thank our whale friends for coming and amplifying the healing energies. I thank all of us for coming together in this healing space and for wanting to heal self and to heal each other in the collective. I thank all of our past, present, and future incarnations. And thank our souls for coming here today. The records are now closed. Amen. The records are now closed. Amen. The records are now closed. Amen. Okay, I'm going to have you take in 3 big breaths in through your nose and then breathe out through your mouth. Okay, where's my remote? We're going to do our grounding meditation now so everybody feels nice and back in their body. Ooh. And you can keep your eyes open or closed, whatever you are more comfortable with. Ooh. Where did it go? It disappeared on me. One moment. There we go.
Close your eyes and visualize yourself sat in the most beautiful forest setting. You hear the sound of the birds and feel the warm sun as it touches your skin. Breathe in deeply the scent of the fresh forest air as you visualize a beautiful white waterfall of light gently passing in through the top of your head and flowing all the way down through your whole body, releasing any tension or discomfort and washing this away. This waterfall of light flows all the way down until it passes out through the soles of your feet, where it transforms into beautiful, thick tree roots. The waterfall of light washes away any released energy through these roots where it's neutralized by the earth. Now visualize these roots growing thicker and deeper into the earth, passing with ease through each layer of the earth as they grow so deep. They expand outwards beneath the earth like the roots of a magnificent oak tree. Now visualize bringing up the gentle grounding and healing energy of the earth through these roots, and allow as much earth energy that is needed to fill up your whole body and energy field, sensing as this energy flows through each energy center in your body, bringing balance and strength to your whole being. Now visualize this earth energy filling up the whole space within your aura, which is about a couple of feet from your body. This will create a barrier of protection from any negative external energy you may encounter today. Now start to slowly open your eyes and bring your awareness back to the space you're sat as you breathe deeply.
Okay, I don't know if everyone heard my pug in the background over here. Mr. Pugs. Do you want to say hi? Come here. Come here. This is Mr. Pugs. He says hello. I know you're so sweet. I know, so sweet. All right, I'll be done in a second. Okay, so I would love to hear what everybody's experience was. If you enjoyed, yes, he came in the last second because he wanted to say hello. Mr. Post, you are stepping on all this stuff. Oh my goodness. Which one is the other meditation one? There we go. Okay, so if anyone wants to share their experience, I would love to hear it. Thank everybody. I'm very honored that you came into this Reiki and Light Language session. It's not just me healing you and your higher selves and the lovely guides that came in. It's you coming in to help everybody heal. Like, we all come in together for these collective healing spaces, and we're raising not only our vibration and frequency, but each other's and the collective. This is how we heal the whole. You are so welcome. You are welcome. This is going to be up on my YouTube channel. And I recently did one the other day as well. That one's different. It's a different theme, but it's up there. If you like this energy and you want to work one-on-one, there's a link in my bio for healing sessions. I also have an 8-week program to help you release self-limiting beliefs and step into your higher self version and live the life that you want. Thank you. So I also have a Patreon. There's a link for that in my bio, and if anybody wants to learn how to boost your confidence and have more self-esteem, I put together a free guidebook, and there's a link in my bio. It's a free download, and I give my 10 favorite tips on boosting your confidence and self-esteem. Oh good, I'm glad that you feel relaxed. that is the intention, that we feel nice and cleansed and clear, and that we feel relaxed and like stress-free. And that might also be with the soul contract clearing. So this is like, you might feel the effects now, but this is also going to help in like time to come. had my eyes closed the whole time, I'd love to rewatch it. Yes, it'll be up on my YouTube channel either later this evening or tomorrow. And then we're going to close out with some incense here. Good! I'm glad you enjoyed. I'm glad you enjoyed. The last one that I did was the last light language and Reiki session. That one was letting go of fears, doubts, and worries. And so that one is also on my YouTube channel. I feel very relaxed too. I get a lot out of these as well. So like it helps I heal and clear my field. At the same time I'm helping other people. Yep, there's a link in my bio. There's a YouTube button on there. Try to make it easy for people. And then if you're interested in joining the Patreon, I do a bunch of fun things in there. There's workshops and healings and all kinds of stuff. So now do we just meditate to access the records? Yes. So if you want to learn more about the Akashic Records, on my YouTube channel I have a video or videos where I go very in depth about them. If you are just now starting to work in the records, guided meditations are great. There's ones on YouTube. There's a book that I started with. It's How to Read the Akashic Records by Linda Howe. That's also in my tutorials. And it's like a super easy read. It's very activating. There's a podcast called The Line Within with Ashley Wood. She's great. She's a very famous Akashic record reader. You can work with your Earth Star chakra or your Soul Star chakra. Oh, good, Nicole, you got the book? Okay, I'm so excited for you. You're gonna love it. Like, love it. It is very quick and easy. So it like keeps our attention if you bounce around through books. But this guidebook that we were working with, this is something that's a little bit separate from the Akashic Records. This is something that we were putting in your Akashic Records. Like, it kind of is the same, but a little different. So that guidebook you can access anytime. If you need advice from yourself on any of the things that we covered this evening, you can say, I want to access the answers in my guidebook. What is it called again? Will you let me know what you're asking about it being called? Who is the author you said in the beginning? Oh, Aaron Dowdy. Aaron Dowdy is a spiritual teacher, and he is on YouTube, and he covers a lot of different things. But he's the one that gave me that higher self metaphor, which I very much enjoyed. And if you like Aaron Dowdy, you'll like his counterpart, his business partner, Victor Odo. Both of them, like when I first started my spiritual journey, like helped me. Aaron Dowdy, Victor Odo, and Christina Lopes. Like, I always recommend those to people. Oh, the book is Linda Howe, Howe, and it's an orange cover. There's also on my main page on my TikTok, I have a video that's called the Akashic Records, and I show you a picture of it in there. So if you want to look at the video, the cover of the book is there as well. Okay, everyone. Well, I had a wonderful time. Remember, the guidebook for confidence and self-esteem is up in my bio. If you want to work together, there's ways that we can work one-on-one. I do Akashic record readings, soul contract readings, Reiki Light Language, and then I also do like longer-term coaching and healing. Okay, I hope everybody has a wonderful full moon. Remember to drink a lot of water and doing a grounding activity for yourself once we get done here. I'm wishing everybody a magical day, and I will see you next time. Bye.